This weekend on CCX News, a vision to create a new downtown right here in the Northwest Metro. That vision was put on hold in recent years, but now it's back on the forefront. The city of Brooklyn Center has 80 acres of land it wants to redevelop. That land is what's known as the Opportunity Site. The site is located north of Highway 100 and east of Shingle Creek Parkway. It's where the former Target store is currently being demolished. The city envisions the area as a future downtown. To put it into perspective, the amount of land we're talking about is comparable in scope to Plymouth's redevelopment of the former Prudential campus. This past week, the Brooklyn Center City Council approved a master plan for the area, a plan that had been delayed for years by the pandemic and civil unrest. City officials say it's an important step to attract developers.
Whether or not the markets change soon, that's anyone's guess at this point. It seems to change on a day-to-day basis. But we've been continuing to pursue opportunities to get more grant funding, get more backing, talk to other developers so that when the market is right, we can move on it and that we're not, back at step one.
One intriguing possibility, city officials say they were contacted about the idea of turning the former Target into a destination soccer facility. The city plans to meet with the site's lead developer in a couple of weeks. Election Day is Tuesday, and one seat up for grabs is on the Hennepin County Board of Commissioners, representing District 7, which includes Maple Grove and Northwest Plymouth. This weekend, we hear from both candidates, incumbent Kevin Anderson and challenger Brad Kohler.
Hi, I'm Kevin Anderson, your Hennepin County Commissioner serving District 7. County government doesn't grab the headlines like Washington or St. Paul, but we play a huge role in your quality of life. I'm proud of the work that I've done in the last 4 years, like improving our infrastructure, delivering better services to seniors, and fostering economic growth. I am committed to working on your behalf to making Hennepin County a great place to live, work, and raise a family. I'm asking for your vote on or before November 5th.
You have probably seen recently on the news about Hennepin County Commissioners trying to give themselves a 49% pay increase. That's an absurd way of thinking as a public servant how to spend our money. Their overspending has brought our taxes through the roof. My name is Brad Kohler. I'm running for Hennepin County Commissioner District 7. My plan is to lower taxes by reducing the overspending that stresses our economy, such as the light rail funding. I'll bring our county back to a non-sanctuary county for illegal immigration and bring peace of mind to our community. If safety and security and putting more money in your pocket is something on your mind, then vote for me on November 5th. For more about me and my platform, follow me on Facebook at Brad Kohler for County Commissioner or visit my website at bradkohler.com. Thank you.
Well, here is a post-election treat. Fans of freshly baked pastries and bread have a new option in Maple Grove. A French-Asian bakery called Tous les Jours celebrated its grand opening this past week at the shops at Arbor Lakes. The name means every day in French, and it's meant to represent their commitment to baking fresh goods daily. The bakery sells a variety of bread, pastries, cakes, and drinks.
I think that it's really nice to have this kind of diversity in the cities, especially because of how population is so diverse as well, that having offering different types of cuisine and food will allow communities to come together.
This is the second Tous les Jours in Minnesota, but the franchise has plans to add additional stores in Plymouth and Maplewood. For local nonprofits, volunteers are essential to their work. And at the Animal Humane Society in Golden Valley, there's one person who's devoted a good chunk of her life to helping their mission.
Look at this.
In order for the Animal Humane Society to function,
This is so good.
it requires a lot of hands on deck,
Is that the best?
including those who come here without taking on a salary.
Our volunteers are kind of an addition to our paid staff. They take on so many different roles in so many different areas.
There are now more than 1,000 volunteers who help out at the Animal Humane Society,
We're going right to the kennels to Ms. Maxine.
but there are few who can say they've done it as long as Joan Corbett.
Well, on record, it's 25 years, but it's been more than that.
The former social worker has a knack for giving back. In her 25 years of service,
This way.
she's worked in a number of different roles.
Girl.
But there's been one constant.
Come over here.
She only works with dogs.
You know, I believe having a dog is a privilege, and it's a wonderful relationship. They love you no matter what. So to be part of that, that's that. See a nice family go home with a lovely dog is just a wonderful feeling. What a good dog.
Joan has turned into somewhat of an animal whisperer over the years.
I know, you're doing fine.
She still helps to walk the dogs for their daily dose of exercise.
Good boy.
But she recently took on a much larger role,
Boy.
working with pups
Nice.
who aren't quite ready for the adoption floor.
So my job initially is to say, hey, this is a safe place for you and we're kind, and see if we can change their mind enough about, you know, the way the world works. And that takes a lot of patience. So we move slowly.
Her patience was on full display as she calmly sat with a dog who's skittish around people.
That's a good girl.
This is her routine every Thursday for about 3 hours.
She likes not just the animals, but the people that she's working with. She understands what our mission is and supports that.
Here we go.
Joan will turn 70 in January, and even after 25 years, she's not stopping anytime soon.
I hope somebody who's watching this sees me as a 70-year-old with gray hair and say, well, if she could do it, I can do it.
Joan is the longest acting volunteer at the Animal Humane Society. Over those 25 years, she's put in more than 1,600 volunteer hours.
The Champlin Park volleyball team survived a big scare in the Section 5 4A championship, rallying to beat Maple Grove in 5 sets. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, Jay Wilcox profiles Rebels senior Catherine Adler.
Shot by Gilk to get to that one. Here's Adler. Another kill for Cat Adler.
Catherine Adler and the rest of the Champlin Park Rebels knew they'd have an excellent team this fall, but they didn't want to settle for just maintaining their early level.
Absolutely. I think that we aren't done growing. I think that this team is a really special team. Everyone's really devoted to this program. Yeah, it's just amazing to watch, an amazing thing to be a part of. A lot of focused athletes. We're all working towards a common goal and we're all improving on the way.
Adler sometimes gets overlooked on a very talented Champlin Park team, with Gopher recruit Carly Gilk getting a lot of headlines. But those in the program know how good of a player and leader Adler's become.
Catherine's been amazing, not only this year but other years. Like you said, she kind of gets overlooked a little bit sometimes, and that's good sometimes for us as far as teams maybe don't prep for her, but you know, unfortunate for her maybe a little bit. But you know, she's been amazing this year, and I've coached a lot of very talented volleyball players and really good athletes, and I've told somebody a couple times this year, like, she's probably the best athlete I've ever coached.
Oh, she is one of my go-tos for setting personally. She always hammers the ball, or if she doesn't, she finds like a spot on the court that you wouldn't think that anyone would be able to do. So she's always super reliable, and I love setting her.
She's becoming a lot more vocal, but you know, she works super hard at practice. You can tell she has such a huge love for the game, and it's been so amazing to see her improve so much over these last few years and become such a big leader. I'm excited about how much I've grown this season, and working on consistency and trying out some different parts of the game, doing some back row things. It's a different perspective.
Adler is a close second behind Gilk in total kills for the Rebels and leads in hitting percentage and blocks. One thing that makes Catherine unique and hard to stop is being a rare left-handed middle hitter.
I mean, yeah, I've heard it quite a bit that it's just really, it's a little different to defend against, and a lot of people haven't seen it. I think it's an advantage, and I think it's pretty cool. It's something that makes me unique as an athlete, which is pretty exciting. It puts me apart from others. And it's just different. Like, we run different routes and all the things.
If you're not in the volleyball world a lot, you're not watching, you know, if you're just a casual observer, oh, she's a good middle. But to do it left-handed, you don't see many lefties in the upper levels, college and beyond, that are left-handed middles, and she makes it look really, really easy, and it's not really easy, and she's just athletic in other ways. So she's been a great player for us forever, but having a special season and a special kid.
Catherine, or Kat as her teammates sometimes say for short on the court, has accepted a volleyball scholarship and is headed south to the Sunshine State next year.
Yeah, Jacksonville University, I absolutely love the coaches. When they reached out and we started talking, their passion for the game was really inspiring. And so that was the first thing that sort of stuck out to me. I really love the location. I think it's a beautiful place to be. The school is just what I was looking for, and the program is, it reflects sort of all of their values.
The Rebels won their only state title in 2018, their last previous appearance at state. They should be in the hunt for the Class 4A title in the week ahead. Regardless of what happens at state, Catherine Adler will cherish her time spent with a great group of teammates at Champlin Park.
It's a really amazing group to be a part of. I've developed so many friendships in this program. It's really amazing that we're all in the same, we're all seniors together. I think that brings another level of connection, and it makes this season really personal and special to us.
For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm Jay Wilcox.
The Rebels will open play in the State Class 4A tournament Wednesday afternoon at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. That's all for sports. More at CCX News after this.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.